Like clockwork, it's September, and that means it's time for new iPhones. It's been 2 whole weeks since Apple unveiled the new iPhone 6s, and for those of you who eagerly pre-ordered one, I'm sure the wait has been an eternity. Well, we feel your pain, and as you know, we hate waiting too, so we sent a crew to Australia to be one of the first people in the world to get their hands on a new iPhone. Well, guys, the wait is over. Time to tear down the iPhone 6s. Hi, I'm Gwendolyn with iFixit, and today we're tearing down the brand spanking new iPhone 6s. While the 6s might look the same to the naked eye, it's grown a little since last year, coming in at 138.3 millimeters long, 67.1 millimeters wide, and 7.1 millimeters deep. The 6s has also gained a few grams, coming in at 143 grams, which is up 14 grams from last year's model. The 4.7-inch LED backlit widescreen display has a resolution of 1334 by 750 and a pixel density of 326 pixels per inch. Of course, we had to mention the addition of a new color. You can now choose from the original silver, space gray, and gold, as well as the new rose gold. To get into our new iPhone, we start with those familiar pentalobe screws and notice that they match the phone's rose gold color. How cute. With those out of the way, we turn to our trusty ice glack for help in popping the hood, but this new iPhone is giving us more resistance than normal. We found the culprit. Apple is now using adhesive strips that line the perimeter of the iPhone. Adhesive never stopped us before. Onward. With our first look inside, a couple of things jump out at us. First, we see a smaller battery to make room for the new Taptic engine. With a few flicks of our spudger, we disconnect the battery and the now 3 display assembly cables, attaching the display to the logic board. This display assembly weighs in at a whopping 60 grams, a 15-gram increase over the one found in the iPhone 6. All those additional capacitive sensors that Apple integrated into the display backlight have really beefed up this display. The first thing out of the display assembly was the upgraded FaceTime camera that is now 5 megapixels, up from 1.2 megapixels in last year's version. Removing the display shield plate gives us our first look at what we believe is the 3D Touch IC. The naming scheme is similar to other Apple ICs, but we're still trying to verify the manufacturer. Next to come out was the home button with its enhanced Touch ID sensor. Other than some differing part numbers, there's not much to distinguish it from the home button found in the iPhone 6. Did we mention we have X-rays? Well, we do. Thanks to our friends at Creative Electron, we got this cool shot of the new Taptic engine. The X-ray radiation reveals a peak at the linear oscillating mechanism underlying Apple's latest mechanical wonder, said to reach peak output after just one oscillation. With the Taptic engine out of the way, we have room to pull on those handy adhesive tabs. And just like that, the battery is out. This is a 3.8 volt, 6.55 watt hour, 1,715 milliamp hour battery. It's a small but notable decrease from the 1,810 milliamp hour battery in last year's iPhone 6. Even with the light decrease, Apple is claiming performance on par with the iPhone 6. The rear-facing camera is next out of our 6s. This is a 12-megapixel iSight camera with 50% more focus pixels, which means faster, more accurate autofocus without a drop in quality. This camera has an f2.2 aperture and is capable of shooting 4K video at 30 frames per second. We finally get a look at the logic board, and it sports a few nice new upgrades. On the board, we see the Apple A9 system on a chip with 2 GB of Samsung LPDDR4 RAM. And on the other side of the board, we can see the 16 GB of Toshiba-made NAND flash and the new NXP NFC controller. If you want to see the complete list of chips, check them out on the full teardown at iFixit.com. We've come to the end of our teardown, which means it's time to talk repairability. At iFixit, it's our mission to teach people how to repair everything, so we give every gadget we tear down a repairability score between 1 and 10. 10 being the easiest to repair and 1 being the most difficult. The iPhone 6s scored a 7 out of 10, and here's why. On the upside, the display assembly continues to be the first component out, simplifying screen repairs. And the battery is straightforward to access. Removing it requires a proprietary pentalobe screwdriver and knowledge of the adhesive removal technique, but it's not difficult. On the downside, the Touch ID cable is still tucked out of the way, but is paired to the logic board, complicating repairs. And finally, the iPhone 6s still uses proprietary pentalobe screws on the exterior, requiring a specialty screwdriver to remove. And that's our teardown. To check out the complete teardown, including tons of beautiful, high-quality images, head on over to ifixit.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on all our latest teardowns and repair videos. You can follow us on Twitter @ifixit and give us a like on Facebook at facebook.com/ifixit.